Hey everyone, today I'm coming at you with a Blue Eyes White Dragon Felgrand deck profile. Before I get started, I'd like to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see my videos in the future and so that the algorithm will let other people see them too. Without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. To start off, we have triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, pretty standard. Then we have triple Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. You reveal a Blue Eyes in hand to special summon this, and it can pop things. It's a good way to get a level 8 on board for like Xyz plays and such, or Synchro plays. Then we have double Dragon Spirit of White. When this card is normal or special summoned, it banishes a back row of your opponents, so it's good for removal for that. It can also go into Blue Eyes pretty easily by tripping itself off while your opponent controls a monster. Then we have one of Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand. When this card is summoned from the graveyard, it banishes something your opponent controls, then gains attack equal to the level times 100. So if it banishes a level 8, it gains 800 attack. And then if it destroys a opponent's monster by battle, you special summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from grave, except another copy of itself. So one thing I like to do with this is if I have, say, a board that looks something like this, I have a Blue Eyes in hand. What I'll do is I'll attack with Dragon Spirit first, tribute it off for Blue Eyes, attack with this, summon this back, and then I've still got 2 more attacks off of these guys. Next off, we have a Morphage Goliath. When this card is on the field, neither player can special summon from the extra deck except for Morphage monsters. In this day and age where your opponent is summoning a lot of interruptions and negates from the extra deck, this can be really strong. We have the one of Archbrave Dragon. The standby phase after it's sent to the grave, it revives a level 7 or 8 from grave except itself. So like a good play to do is to get this in grave and this in grave. So then on your opponent's standby phase, that comes out, and they have to deal with that before they can do any of their big wombo combos. Next off, we have triple Galaxy Soldier. This is in here for a particular extra deck engine. You special summon this in defense mode by sending a light monster from your hand to the grave, and then once per turn when you do that, you can search another one. So it's basically an instant rank 5. Then we have double Ash Blossom. Discard it to stop your opponent searching or special summoning something from deck. We've got the one of Ghost Ogre. It pops something your opponent controls when it does an effect, which can be useful for slowing your opponent's negation boards down. Like if they have an Appaloosa that tries to negate something and it'll still have 3 negations left on it, you can use that. Triple Sage. It searches your level 1 light tuners, and it can also be used for like your synchro plays, and it has a second effect where you discard it, tribute something you control, and summon a Blue Eyes monster from deck. So like if you draw into your White Stone of Ancients or your other white stone, you can get that effect off. The end phase of the turn this is sent to the graveyard. It special summons a Blue Eyes from deck. Also, once per turn, you can banish one of these from grave to add a Blue Eyes monster from grave to hand. So like if you want to special summon one of these, like you have it in grave, and one of these in hand, banish this from grave, add this back to your hand, and then special summon it with him. Or her, I should say. Blue Eyes is canonically a girl. One White Stone of Legend. Adds a Blue Eyes monster from deck to hand. Pretty good to have that, to get your alternative plays off and like trade in and stuff. One of Effect Veiler. It's a hand trap that can be searched by Sage, which is helpful. During your opponent's main phase, it just negates something. You got triple Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard a card, add a monster with Blue Eyes stats. Typically just going to search a Blue Eyes and a Blue Eyes alternative. Although you can use this, discard the White Stone of Legend, add 2 alternatives, and then search a Blue Eyes to have something a little extra there. triple Return of the Dragon Lords, revive a level 7 or 8 dragon from grave. Also, you can banish this card to protect your dragons, so it's basically a better Monster Reborn for dragons. Got triple trade-in. You're running a lot of level 8s in this deck, so it's good to have this for more draws and to possibly help unbrick your hand, if you do brick, that is. Double Dragon Shrine. There's a lot of dragons in this deck that you really want to get into grave to get their effects off, so this will help you do that. You send a dragon from deck to grave, and if it's a normal monster, you get to send another one. Double Cards of Consonance. Discard a Dragon Tuner to draw 2 cards. And then also, if both the discard and the white stone that you're discarding get both their effects off, it's a +1. Got the 1 of Dragon Ravine. Helps you get your dragons in grave, and also helps, like, if you draw the Amorphage Goliath, the Archbrave, or the Felgrand, and you have no other way of getting them out of your hand, this helps with that. Then we have the 1 of Silver's Cry. Helps to revive a dragon on your opponent's turn. Also can help, like if they set something that you think might be problematic, you can flip this up on them, bring back a Dragon Spirit of White, and just banish it. Next off, we have the extra deck. We've got Double Blaze Spirit Dragon. Easy to make in this deck. In fact, you can really only make it in this deck because it requires a Blaze monster as material. Once per turn, it can negate something in grave. It stops your opponent from summoning 2 or more monsters. It also stops you from doing that, but not really concerned for you. Stops your opponent from summoning 2 or more monsters at once. So with the Numerons running around, it's helpful. And then also it can tribute itself off for a Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck. So that's something like Azurize, which protects your dragons for 2 turns and can summon normal dragons from your grave during your standby phase. Then we've got the 1 of Crystal Wing. There's a way to get into this I'll explain later. But this card, it's a negate, and also it gains attack when it's attacked or when it battles at all. So it's helpful for outing problematic things, and it's itself hard to out. Got the 1 of Stardust Spark as a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon target. It protects itself, so that's helpful. Then the 1 of Black Rose. What you're typically doing is, if you can keep this on board for a turn, you go off into this, bounce something your opponent controls with its effect, summon another tuner, and then go into Crystal Wing. So that's it for the Synchros. Next we have the Xyz monsters, and that's Heart Earth Dragon, Draglubion. You'll see this one's very important. We've got 1 of Full Armor, 1 of Tachyon. Tachyon's good for control during the battle phase. Full Armor pops things. Then we've got Hope Harbinger for negation. Then we have this engine. This is what you're going into with the Galaxy Soldiers, and then you're going right into Cyber Dragon Infinity, which can absorb things your opponent controls, or that you control if you got like a tuner on board that you don't know what to do with. And then it's also a negation. Then we've got Numeron Dragon and Blue Eyes Twin Burst. Blue Eyes Twin Burst, what this card does is it's a contact fusion, can't be destroyed by battle, and if it battles something that isn't destroyed by that battle, it gets banished instead. So it's good for outing problematic things. This card is typically what you're going into with Draglubion. So like you'll have Draglubion on board, effect, summon this, and like attach this to it. And then this gains attack times 1,000 for every rank that's on board. So if you've got this plus this, that's 9,000. If you've got more, that's even more. And if your opponent's running Xyz and they have Xyz, that's even more. Unfortunately, because of this, this will be the only thing that can attack that turn. But still, it probably won't matter because if it's big enough, it can punch for game right away. Now let's go into the side deck. And to start that off, we have Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. I thought this was a good alternative option if you don't want to use like Crystal Wing. You can use this. Then we've got Starving Venom and our Predaplants and Mud Dragon. What those are in there for is your oh god, why am I blanking on the name of the card? Super Poly. Super Poly targets. Good to have. Got one of Appaloosa. If you can make it, it's great. Got triple Twin Twisters out your opponent's back row. Super Poly. This is really good because you can out things your opponent controls and they can't respond to it, which is really great. Then we've got Solemn Warning for negations and Skill Drain to really slow down your opponent. If you can get this on board before they can really do anything, then if they've got no back row removal, you've got them. Anyway, that's it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.